Well, good morning, everyone. It's Sunday, and we had a completely busy week and packed almost every night. Today, I think it's the first time, if I'm trying to remember, today is a complete turnover day. What that means is I've got 22 sites, and all 22 campers are leaving today. So I'm going to have I wouldn't say empty campsite because usually as soon as somebody leaves, somebody else comes in once in a while, but I'll get 22 campsites to clean up today. Well, it's going to be a challenge. So Zen and I will have to get to work, won't we? But first, coffee, right? Yep. And then we'll wait for everybody to start leaving. Oh, we want some more petting? Okay. And another thing, today's going to be a less windy day. As you can tell, someone else's canopy bit the dust. That one is really mangled. It's got 3 broken legs and things, so I'm going to try to take little pieces off of it. But the winds today is supposed to be light, thank goodness. They've been in the 30, 35 mile gust range all week. And Monday and Tuesday, they're going to be 30, 35 mile or gust again. So far, everything's holding up pretty good here. The tent's working out pretty well. It's easy. I'm glad I can stand up in it, but I went so long in the other tent that I still squat down on my knees and move around because one thing, the walls on this thing, there's really not a standard wall. It's like standing up in the bus. You can only stand up in the middle. You can't stand up on the sides. And this is I'll call it a fair weather tent. And the reason I say that is because there's no zipper across the top. So if this goes up, there's no zipper to seal it. So it's just open. Same back here. This doesn't close all the way back. It only comes up to right about here. So there's an opening across there. So I call it a fair weather tent. It would not be good for any kind of cold weather because you can't seal it up. So let's get busy and start cleaning. Oh, campers are starting to move. So that means they start moving out, I start moving. Yeah, as I wait for the campers to leave, I've already had to go clean up one of the main bathrooms because it had some issues. 2 of the 3 toilets were stopped up, and one of them had this purple liquid oozing across the floor. I don't know what it was. I wasn't going to try to find out. Just mop it up. And the other one had a more of a brown liquid. I know what that was, and I still am not going to, I just mopped it up, cleaned it up, disinfect, and go on. And hopefully, it'll stay that way. But unplug the toilets, and that's one reason I'll be glad when they get rid of the water system, the toilets that are on the water system. These are RV toilets. They just go straight down, and there's not enough water pressure to push the toilet paper and things down, and it plugs up. So you got to take a broomstick and shove it on through. I'm all in favor for pit toilets because, A, they don't plug up. And if somebody did plug up a pit toilet, I do not want to meet that person. Let me tell you what. So here, let's wait for the campers to leave. Let me look over here. A couple are leaving and see what happens. And as of August 1st, we're under a stage 2 burn ban for the entire state of Utah. So what does that mean? It means this. No open campfires, no charcoal burners, only gas or propane like a Coleman stove are okay. And it also means no more firewood sales, which I'm just about out, so we'll keep those till next season. Just one less thing a camp host has to do, sell firewood, but now he has to enforce this for the rest of the season. It also means besides that, you can't burn, you can't use grinders or welders or anything that makes a spark. You got to have your spark resistor on your generators. You can't have any outdoor flames. You can't smoke outside. Everything else. But that means I have to cover up these fire pits and make them noticeable where people will not start a fire. I tell them, but still, if they have the visible, I think it gets more the point across. So here's what I need to do. Somebody's already been into this one. Oh, move my rock. And I take out any stuff that has been burned from before August 1st. And I'll dispose of that later. But what I do is I take a trash bag and I basically tape it off. So this one already had a trash bag, but somebody took it loose. So maybe what I do is just basically take this got some blue painter's tape. This is not the best, but it does get the point across. And the nice thing about these fire rings, they're all pretty new, so this tape will actually stick to the metal. So I just kind of make a big couple X's across. And then one more here across the middle. This just gets it's just an eye deterrent so people can actually see it, like I mentioned. So just like that. And then what I do is I put this back over. And then I get to write on it, see if that makes any difference. I'll show you in a minute what I write here. I'm not the best artist on tape that's inside of a fire pit, but anyway. There we go. Hopefully that gets their point across. And if I need to, sometimes I'll do that. That gets the point across too. But let me show you what I wrote. Pretty basic. No fires, burn ban. And that kind of, hopefully, like I said, well, people will not use it. But then I had some people that wanted to take the plastic off and put their propane grills inside to keep it out of the wind. So it's kind of a losing battle. Speaking of losing battles, Zen has lost this battle. He is tired. He had a rough night last night. He was up a couple times and he had to go outside in the middle of the night and do some business. And when he goes outside, it means I've got to go out with him. But he is tired. And a couple nights ago, we had another restless night because, life of a camp host. I could say this, that the Feed the Camp Host month is still continuing. Not as much, but still getting a few things. And the other night we had some people come in at 11:30. And of course Zen barks because he hears a noise, and they had dogs and they were barking, and they're trying to get into a spot that was way too small for them on a reservation. So I had to get up and put them into a bigger spot. And then after they got set up, they decided to run the generator for an hour to power up the rig. So somewhere about 1 o'clock, I got to sleep. And somewhere around 2 or so, Zen started barking again, and I looked out, nothing there. And then I woke up again about 4 a.m. Another rig had pulled in with a camper on it. And when you pull down this road here and go that way, the headlights shine right into my tent. And my tent is not light resistant. It is like a light sponge. And all the light just shows right in, and then they had to turn around in my driveway. And so it was a restless night. But anyway, we're gonna make things work. So let's get on and clean some more campsites and tape up some more fire pits. Well, I think I have 2 fire pits left. I've run out of tape, so I'm having to do this. Just put the bag on and put another one. Fire burns, no fires, burn ban, and there is up to $1,000 fine, so maybe that'll get some people's attention. I did find a couple of the fire rings up in the upper loop that had the plastic removed, tape gone, and yeah, they had a fire. It looks like a charcoal fire or something. So once again, not following the rules. But the sheriff will take care of that if he's in the area. That's what he's enforcement for. Zen's over here underneath the table, cooling off in the shade. But I had a little bit of good news. There's a rock. Don't need that. Boss came up to me yesterday and goes like, "Hey, do you want to stay on the payroll for a month after you get out of here?" I said, "Sure." He said, "Okay." He said, "You close up September 1st, which is Monday, Labor Day." He said, "You'll need to be into the other campsite or other campground by the 3rd. So it's going to be pretty quick. Last year I had about a week I can hang out here, but this year I'm going to have like 1 day. So we'll go to the other campground and spend there about a month to keep us on the payroll. There's going to be 3 of us, camp host, and we're going to be cleaning bathrooms and painting bathrooms, the vault toilets. So that's all right. I don't mind painting. Last year I painted signs. This year I'm painting bathrooms. Yeah, it pays. And I'm going to get the company truck, the one with the box on the back that Zen can ride in the back, in the box, in the dark. But heck, who knows? That might be all I have. I may not even have the bus by then. And my boss even mentioned, like, well, if your bus isn't back by the time you have to close camp, he said, we'll get you a truck and you can put your tent into it and take it to the other campground. That's not what I wanted to hear. But anyway, they're looking out for me. But yeah, so I got the fire rings all covered. I got, like I said, 2 more to go, and that is up to $1,000 fine or 6 months in jail. That's the penalty right now for having fires. The bigger penalty would be like if you catch the forest on fire. I wouldn't want to be that guy. Just to let you know, because this stuff out here burns quick. But I think that's all I got right now. Is I got 20 of the campsites cleaned up. 2 haven't left out yet, but that's fine because I've been running around everywhere. So we'll get those 2 cleaned up and we'll have a complete turnover. So with that, we'll say thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll catch you guys on around the lake. Nice and calm. At least the winds are, like I said, have calmed down today. Here's Zen.